Felt like forever I was stuck inside my mind. Dark place, no hope, no light. Felt like there was a filter that covered my eyes. No color, no warmth, so cold at night. Night from outside, cast shadows, phantoms. No focus, no drive. Everything was random. Then the sky collapsed. All my thoughts were stagnant. No love, no hate. Then the remarkable happened. The universe opened up and light cascaded. Chakras lit up, all at once awakened. Like looking at the sun, no shades, just gazing. Photons flooded optic nerves, it's hard to explain it. Something sparked within all the darkness in me. Then my heart and skin started emitting light, start ascending, rise, start epiphanies. Empty cage filling up with all our energy. After all we've been through, we learn to glow in the darkness. All we ever knew, but we glow regardless. Arguing, food for thought when we all was starving. Aiming at each other, but to grow is a target. After all we've been through, we learn to glow in the darkness. All we ever knew, but we glow regardless. Arguing, food for thought when we all was starving. Aiming at each other, but to grow is a target.
Paving new roads to keep my soul from the rubble. Taking in the breeze, watching the foliage rustle. Wonder how I keep from going under, roaming the jungle. If I spark a quantum leap, I can open a tunnel. See the future looking fuzzy. When your life is not in focus, you might have to kiss the dirt before you try and walk on roses. Gazing at cloud shapes, having flying saucer moments. You can feel the inspiration like an ayahuasca dosage. These prayers were once doves with tarred feathers. Now the ink drips from wingtips to write my heart's letters. In the dark, you can see the light glow, like you watching body heat through a thermal night scope. My pineal gland crystallized trichomes deeper than what you see. That's why you pray with your eyes closed. Watering a seed of hope to go the distance until the flower blossom finally broke through the cement.
After all we've been through, we learn to glow in the darkness. All we ever knew, but we glow regardless. Arguing, food for thought when we all was starving. Aiming at each other, but to grow is a target. After all we've been through, we learn to glow in the darkness. All we ever knew, but we glow regardless. Arguing, food for thought when we all was starving. Aiming at each other, but to grow is a target.
You were tuned into the freshest, the dopest, the one and only. This is The Wave Radio broadcasting live, Northeast Los Angeles, Hotbox Studios, and as always, we got special guests live in studio. Dope intro track. We got DOGGMA 1, aka Tone Dog Raw.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Welcome to Digging Daily, brother.
Thank you for having me, man. I feel blessed to be here, for sure.
Thank you. Introduce the first track we just heard right now, brother.
So the song is called Cave Dwellers. It's featuring Wake Self, rest in peace. He's an MC from New Mexico.
Yeah.
He recently passed away a few years ago in a car accident, but he's a dope MC. Go check out his music videos. Like, I found him on YouTube, and it's dope because I'm also from New Mexico. We were born in the same hospital in Roswell.
Oh, word.
Yeah, and I reached out to him, and he was with it. You know, I told him, hey man, I'm out here in Cali, like, but I was born in Roswell also. Like, that's where my blood is from, you know. And he got down on a bunch of tracks for me.
Nice.
Maybe like 2 or 3.
That's what's up. And everything we're playing today is going to be some exclusive content.
Oh, yeah.
Never before heard.
Yeah, exclusive, Digging Daily. This is The Way Radio.
I wish every MC came like that. Just exclusive.
Hey man, you know, I got so much music. I want the people to hear. I want people to tune into the stuff I do, because I'm not always out there doing a lot of shows. I'm not out there you know, out in the scene all the time anymore. You know, I got grown man shit to do, but you know, I want people to hear the music. I want people to listen to it and feel it.
So for those that don't know and those that need to know, man, who is DOGGMA, aka Tone Dog Raw?
AKA King Catalyst, AKA Dogzilla, AKA Tone Doggy Baby. I'm just playing. Yeah, DOGGMA. That's how people know me around the scene in LA and locally around town, and whatnot. My artist name, my stage name is Tone Dog Raw. That's how I put out my music. That's how I you know, release art. But DOGGMA is how I'm known. DOGGMA Uno's like the collective. Yeah. And that's how we rock.
Why when you perform Tone Dog Raw?
Dude, it's just a name that I've had since I was a kid, man, and yeah. So I got the name Tone Dog Raw from And I used to live in North Carolina back in the day because my dad is a retired Marine.
Okay.
And we used to play spades all the time on my homie's porch. And when you're trying to get your books and you're talking, it's called barking. So I'd always be barking loud. And they'd be like, oh, tone dog, tone dog. And then, when I started rhyming, it was like, oh, he got some raw style. It's like just tone dog raw. That's how it all came about. And I was a kid, man. I was a teenager. And then, DOGGMA came about because my homie Calisthenics had used to do all my beats and stuff, and we used to, we rock as a crew, Glass Bottom Boat.
Word.
He made a beat for me, and I wrote it, and it was called DOGGMA. And ever since then, like, I was like, that was my thing. DOGGMA was my thing, And then the whole Olmec statue insignia that I carry everywhere with me. That's how people know me. If they see that insignia, that's DOGGMA right there.
What made you adopt that actual Olmec piece to you?
Yeah, so like I said, I do a lot of art. So I was drawing one day, and I've always been like real transfixed with like history and like archaeology and stuff like that. And I was like tripping out on these the stone heads that were found in southern Mexico.
Yeah.
The Olmec civilization had built them, and nobody really knew much about it. We still don't really know much about the Olmec civilization, but I was tripping out on it. So I was drawing. I started drawing one, and I drew headphones on it, and I was like, oh, this is like dope to pair the ancient with something with technology.
Yeah.
I had all these ideas of like making like a circuit board behind it and stuff, but I ended up just leaving the head by itself with the headphones on, and it just grew from there. Like I started printing T-shirts with it and stuff, and once I started putting out music heavy, like 2015, 16, that became the logo.
In 2015, when you started doing music, or was it at 2015 when you started, or were you always doing music beforehand?
Nah, I've been doing music since I was a kid, man. Since I was like 14 or 15 years old. Like my first ever recorded song was probably like, I was like 15 or 16 years old. Yeah, like, what is that, like 20 years ago? 20 years ago. Yeah. So I've been doing music for quite a while. I just started putting music out in 2015-16 because I had recorded the album I dropped in 2015, which is called The Transgalactic Voyage of DOGGMA Uno. I had recorded it like 2013-14, and I recorded it myself, but I didn't know like all the mixing stuff. So I ended up, started tuning in. I got Instagram and stuff, and I started tuning in to what's going on.
Yeah.
I reached out to the homies, Rebels to the Grain, Breakbeats and Rhymes. Shout out to them. They plugged me in with EQ, who used to live up here, nearby, and we got it linked up. I sent him all the stems, and he mixed it for me, and I was like, dude, I got this shit mixed up. Like, I should put it out. I put it out, and that was the start of it all. I had a bunch of music recorded, a bunch of EQ beats. He started giving me beats. I started just rapping hard, rapping heavy, because I had the equipment to record myself, but I didn't really have like an outlet.
Yeah.
And now I had an outlet, so it was like, boom. Like, I've always loved to do it, and I was just by myself doing a bunch of music, and I linked back up with the homie Calisthenics, Glass Bottom Boat, and he has like a mind for like all the business stuff and the marketing and like the way things look and how things feel, and we definitely that was like a big catalyst for me to begin to like put more thought into like how everything looks, because with Instagram, everything is like, you gotta have content, you gotta have like some kind of plan, when you drop music and all those things, and that we did that. We dropped Optimo, the first one, in 2016, and that's probably like when y'all heard of me and shit. Like, I was doing like the Cypher Effect and doing a shit ton of shows.
It was
I was
almost
out there,
like when you popped off with like, boom, like you were
heavy.
just like everywhere.
Heavy.
And I was like, damn, that's what's up.
Yeah, I was in the scene. I was going to all the shows, handing out mugs and socks and fucking stickers and CDs, and just I was everywhere doing shit. I think it's necessary for new artists to do stuff like that. I think that you know, and just learning everybody's names, learning
Yeah.
who's who and what's what, you know, because, you know, that I felt that that's how we did it. That's how it was. It set us apart, you know.
Yeah.
And it wasn't only me. I didn't do it by myself, you know. Calisthenics helped me out a lot, and
Definitely gives that personal effect with people when you can connect on a personal level.
yeah, no doubt. You know, when you could shake hands and kiss babies, I think that's the whole thing. We used to call it carpet bagging back in the day. I used to always call it that. Like, hey, what are you doing tonight? I'm like, hey, I'm going carpet bagging. Just like going out and shaking hands and talking to people. And,
You'd be a
and
good
saying what's up.
politician, bro.
Right? Nope.
What made you pick up the pen and actually start writing?
I don't know, man. I think I've always loved hip hop music, you know, ever since I was real young, you know. I think probably when I was like in my adolescence, you know, I was like, you know, 10 or 11, started, you know, trying to like emulate what I heard, you know, Biggie saying and like Tupac and like all the death row guys, you know, Corrupt and Daz and Dr. Dre and all them. Like that was like what I grew up on. I was a kid and that stuff was coming out. I was like, you know, in 6th grade, trying to scoop on chicks and bumping fucking, you know, la-di-dotty, you know, shit. Like that shit just always had me transfixed with the whole scene. And then listening to beats and just like, damn, that's a dope beat. Like, I don't know, hip hop always had a hold on me. And then I always just started to like figure out how to write rhymes, figure out how to do all that stuff. I think even up until I was like, you know, early 20s when I finally figured out how to like actually write music.
Yeah.
Was when everything really changed. It kind of like unlocked the door. When I hear a beat, it's like, oh, like there's a song there, there's a composition there. You know, I took like painting classes in college and in high school, and it's like everything is about the composition and how it flows and how everything is. Your eye needs to move around the picture. So when I look at writing rhymes now, when I look at writing songs, it's like how do I do that audibly rather than visually, and try to like, you know, either write stories or try to touch somebody in their soul, touch somebody in their heart, or just fucking spit bars, man, and fucking clown on MCs and shit. You know what I mean?
Do you feel you accomplished that with your music?
Yeah.
Yeah, all 3 of those?
I feel like I do. I feel like I'm to the point now where it's like, you know, I'm beyond the. I'm not saying I'm better than anybody. I'm just saying that I'm kind of beyond trying to be a star, because that's not really who I am. Like I said, you don't really see me around a lot. Like you don't see me like wearing the shiny suits and shit anymore.
Yeah.
Like I'm not out here doing the most. It's because it's not me, you know. It's not really who I am. I'm more like low key in the back, but I still love the buzz. I still like to, you know, be in the studio, and I like to do shows. I like to rap, you know. But it's you know, I'm interested in business. I'm interested in like logistics. I'm interested in execution.
Word.
My bad, I'm going everywhere.
No. Do you do that? What you're saying is dope. Don't trip. But do you say how you said it, like your logistics and execution? Do you implement those plans into your albums and what you do?
Yes.
And what are the results you've gotten from that? Because honestly, artists don't come in here talking about stuff like that, and it's good that we can capture that from you.
Well, I feel like any type of art, it deserves to be either seen or heard or felt.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that holding on to it for too long is a detriment to both the artist and to the person observing the art. You know, and I agree that there has to be like a quality control there, but I feel like my quality is up to snuff. You know, I don't feel like what I do is downgraded in any way. So like I'm pumping out shit, man. I'm pretty prolific, and you know, I write a lot of music. I do a lot of stuff. I try to like I said, I was joking around with the King Catalyst shit, but like I feel like I am a catalyst. I feel like I can inspire in that way, and I think that's the biggest thing that we can do as artists and like content creators. Like the shit you're doing, we're inspiring somebody. Like whoever's listening, whether it be like one of my 10 fans bumping my shit, you know, they could be fucking feeling it, or they could be inspired to do something, or somebody new, you know, they might be like, damn, this fool knows what's up.
That's what's up. We're actually, first track and the next track we're gonna hear are actually off the study of bioluminescence. Talk about the album.
Okay. Yeah. So the study of bioluminescence is a album that I wrote and recorded in about 2015, 16, about that time frame.
Uh-huh.
And so it was an idea about, like, I was really interested in like living organisms and how they can glow, like the shrimp that glow in the ocean, and then the like fireflies and how that happens. And so it's like bioluminescence is an actual thing, like it's like a physical thing that happens in the body.
Yeah.
It's a chemical reaction, and so it was a metaphor applied to life itself. You know, like how can I figure out how skin glows, and how can I inspire? How can I shine enough to allow somebody else to shine? Where people are, I feel like we as people are like batteries, and we charge each other, and we can inspire each other, but also like drain each other. And it's like a circuit, you know, like electronics work on circuitry.
Yeah.
So it's like this big cycle. And once we drain each other out, then we inspire somebody else, and you know, we keep going and keep moving in that way. And I always felt like that was like a dope idea. And so the study, like it's kind of a twofold, where you know, you're studying for a test, or you're studying all these facts and science about all the background of it, but also it's also like when Monet painted a bunch of pictures in the park. It was like a study in the park, you know. It was like his study on like a either subject matter or like a location. And so that's kind of like how I thought of it. It was a study on bioluminescence.
That's fucking dope.
Yeah, thank you.
That's dope. That's some next level thinking right there, man. I love that shit.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I'm gonna put it out soon, man. I've been lagging it, man. Like I've been talking all this shit about like put your art out, but I've been holding on to it because I always felt like it was like real nerdy, like real like, I don't know, just is like, cause you know my style enough to know that I'm like, I like to spit bars, I like to, you know, harmonize, I like to, you know, make people feel good, but I don't really put out too much stuff that's like real like scientific and like real wordy.
Yeah.
I just feel like it will go over a lot of people's heads. Not saying nobody's dumb, I'm just saying like maybe people will not feel it.
Yeah,
but
well, definitely you do have those cats that will listen and just be like, what is he talking about? Because that's not what interests them. But the fact that you broke it down and you explained it, now I want to be like, now me personally, now because you fully, I'm like, okay, now I'm really gonna listen hardcore to what he's talking about.
Hell yeah, no, I think that's dope. And thank you for the opportunity for allowing me to talk about it, because I never really like thought about it. You know, I'm just going off the top, like what I thought about it.
You thought about it, you just had it stored away in a way that you never really mentioned it. And now that we're giving you opportunity to speak on it, it's coming out. That's what it is.
Exactly, man. But yeah, I'm gonna put it out probably late October, early November.
How many tracks on that album?
Shit, man. To be honest with you, I'm not sure. I think there's 15 songs on it. Yeah, about 15. There's a lot of songs. Usually I don't put that many songs on an album, but there's it's a lot. And that's like the last of my unreleased music, like that and the other album I got, the other EP I made called Bacall. But we could talk about that later, I guess. But the bioluminescence one, it's well, I guess the whole thing I'm trying to do is like put out all my music, because I've kind of hit a wall where I'm like, I don't really want to like make a lot more music, because like I have all this music sitting here. Like I want to put it out. I want to put it out and then work on new stuff.
Word. Next track we're gonna get into is Luminescence. Talk about that track real quick.
Luminescence. It was produced by this fool named Moods Odyssey from out here in LA. I'm not sure what happened to him. I got the beat off of him back in 2015. He did some other beats for me on some other projects like Optimal. He produced a song called Miss Los Angeles that I did. It's a song about it kind of like sums up the whole bioluminescence thing. It's not really like nerdy or scientific at all. It's just like some boom bap shit that like make people feel good. It's like a uplifting song. Like we shine, I shine, you shine, we all shine.
Here it is right here, diggingdaily.com. This is The Way Radio.
Yeah.
Dogma 1.
Hell
live
yeah.
in studio.
Thank you.
time, son. Freak it like I'm doing it. The flow is like a fat nut. The beat could be the gluteus. The world is made of atoms, and I must be the nucleus. It's all about the movement. No more acting like a lunatic. The truest shit I ever wrote. Nothing about it dubious. I'm the way and the light. My life is just exuberant. Know the glow ain't brand new. I always been luminous. Throwing deuces to the haters. Bumping hater radio in my face on the daily, but they can't play me close. Subtracting from the fraction, cause they ain't in my ratio. But they keep my name up in their mouth just like fellatio. Shaky host, acting like they ain't heard game before. Chop it up, fillet it, saute before I lace it though. I been had glow ever since a decade ago. And my light shines, homie, unfadable. We shining, we vibrant, we do it like this. We lightning, we diamonds, we the brightest. Put your hands up and rock with me properly. We the righteous, thrive off luminosity. We shining, we vibrant, we do it like this. We lightning, we diamonds, we the brightest. Put your hands up and rock with me properly. We the righteous, thrive on luminosity. Bruce Leroy, the B-boy, kiss me on my Cortez. Bless you like you sneeze when I touch you on the forehead. Radiate the whole set from streets to the doorstep. Illuminate the vortex with recorded soul steps. Freedom on a useless, I seem to find the true shit. Wise man Confucius, hit you with Hadoukens. Light blast fusion with rhymes and lumens. Movements move because the shoe fits stupid. In layman's terms, I do it cause I was made to remain faithful like Jesus and stay true. And grateful that I lace you and don't hate you. I give you brain foods, I get brain and say thank you. And baby, that's just what it be like. Give them what they need to succeed and be like me, psych. Give them all the green light to take flight and be bright. To me it's all a D-light. We shining, we vibrant, we do it like this. We lightning, we diamonds, we the brightest. Put your hands up and rock with me properly. We the righteous, thrive off luminosity. We shining, we vibrant, we do it like this. We lightning, we diamonds, we the brightest. Put your hands up and rock with me properly. We the righteous, thrive on luminosity. I shine, you shine, we shine for all time. You and I divine. I shine, you shine, we shine for all time. You and I divine. I shine, you shine, we shine for all time. You and I divine. I shine, you shine, we shine for all time. You and I divine.
You are now tuned in to the freshest, the dopest, the one and only. This is The Way Radio, broadcasting live. Because I shine, you shine, we all shine.
That's right.
Luminescence right here. Dope track, bro, on that boom bap tip. I love that.
Thanks, man.
I love that. I love
I
that.
appreciate it.
Let me ask you this. How'd you, for the track, how did you, like, with the beat, you did say it came through and you worked with the cat, but how do you pick or select what producers you're going to work with?
Dope beats, you know, and dope like vibes, you know.
Yeah.
Like I was talking about, like how we're batteries and stuff. I feel like if you have a good vibe and I fuck with you, then I'll especially if I already like your beats, I already heard of you and stuff. Like if you're cool, then I fuck with you. You know, like I fuck with EQ a lot of his beats, you know, just cause he's the homie and shit.
That he's a beast.
Oh yeah.
No matter how you want to put that motherfucker's a beast.
Yeah, shout out EQ, man. That fool's a monster, man. He's like the underground Dre, man. Like,
hell yeah.
He's doing it big. You know, there's some producers I don't know personally, or I never met them, but like I know that they got dope shit, and I you know, I'll pay them and get beats from them. You know, like I think it's important for us to continue the financial velocity, you know, and like create like economic stimulation within the scene. And I tried, man. I tried real hard to try to do that, and I think I succeeded in some way. You know, spending a lot of money on beats and MCs rhyming and shit. But you know, it's hard, man. We got bills to pay and shit. It's tough. It's tough for me to, you know, justify spending all this money on like a Apollo Brown beat or you know all these beats. But you know, we do it. Like I've rocked on some dope ass producer shit. You know, Duke Westlake.
Another beast.
Yeah, fucking Apollo Brown, Kev Brown, Hezekiah, Press Sinatra, you know, like dope ass producers, you know, Calisthenics, Rock'em, you know, that's the homie right there.
Another artist right there, another producer that's dope as fuck.
Yeah, man. And Rock'em is cool as fuck, man. That's the homie right there. But yeah, like all these guys are dope. You know, VHS, I've been fucking with VHS a lot lately. Shout out VHS, man.
He's making his moves too.
Yeah, he's doing his thing, man. he's a good guy, and that's the homeboy. I think lately I've been doing a lot of stuff where I'm doing a lot of engineering for, low key, like under the carpet, I guess, if you will.
Yeah.
Where I'm not really getting like the plug, but I'm recording some dope ass artists and helping out, making some dope ass shit. Like,
what made you decide to go to work that angle or work on that side of music?
It's just because I know how. I know how to operate the fucking machine to record, and I know how to do it. And I guess it's just a vibe. Like, people know me. I think one thing, if I could say, if anything is true about DOGGMA and DOGGMA Uno, it's that that name and that fucking logo of the Olmec head is synonymous with like solid. Like anybody who met me, they're like, yeah, that feels solid. You might not fuck with me, you might not fuck with the shit I say or the music that I make, but like I'm a solid dude, man. I'm true to my word, and I'm humble, and I can work with anybody. I can work with anybody and help them create something and push it out. I can help deliver that baby.
Nice. You put out 2 projects earlier this year.
Yes.
What are those projects?
Okay, so I put out Optimo 3. It was the 3rd and final installment of the Optimo series. Really, the Optimo series was like the first one we did. I put it out in 2016. It was an amalgam of songs that I made that were, I guess, that didn't really fit nowhere else. They were just like, bars and spinning, and like they were all over the place. There was a bunch of different subject matter, which is, an album,
Yeah.
But it wasn't like a cohesive like project. It was just like Optimo, you break it up, you twist it in Optimo. And so I put out Optimo 2 back in 2020 during the pandemic. And then Optimo 3, I just released it. It had I think it featured a few artists. It featured Kiddo.
Oh, nice.
It featured my homeboys Ayo on back. Featured Calisthenics, Glass Bottom Boat, MP, Tightly Sealed, Breakbeats and Rhymes. A lot of good producers, Apollo Brown, VHS. It featured Fresh Raheem, that fool was on that shit. Joaquin Daniels.
Was he drunk all the time?
We got faded the night we recorded it. It was fun.
He's a funny ass cat. I love that fool.
Yeah, that fool was dope, man. Shout out Fresh Raheem. My bad, I'm blanking. There were some other features too. Cosme, Big Cosme.
Nice.
That fool rocked on some shit for me. But yeah, no, it was a dope ass album. Like, if you haven't checked it out, go bump it. It's doing pretty good numbers.
Nice.
Still to this day. I put it out back in July in the summertime. Like, I always try to put out at least an album a year. Every year I try to put something out. And so Optimo 3 was my baby this year. Put a lot of thought into it, a lot of work into it, and I made some dope shit, man. I produced a couple songs on it.
Nice.
And yeah, it's pretty sick. I think that Optimo 3 is my favorite out of the 3, just because it has like it's a study on like the number 3 and like the triangles, and also like the Trinity and the trilogy, and like how those things are kind of like completion. And so when I put it out, I was really inspired to make more shit, but I also knew I had, the bioluminescent shit in the bag, and I had Bacall in the bag. And so, I gotta put that shit out by the end of the year, or I'm gonna try to anyway.
You put a lot of thought into your albums.
Yeah, I do. I feel like, it's art. I don't want to just make a bunch of songs and stick it on the shit and call it an album. I might as well just make it a mixtape.
Yeah, thank you for that, though. Thank you for doing it the way you're doing it, as far as putting a lot of thought. I think that's what's missing in albums. Because you can't bump albums back to back no more.
Yeah, it's tough, man. Everybody's so fickle nowadays, like you put out an album and it does numbers in the beginning and then it falls off, especially like me, especially guys like me who are super underground and super like niche artists. Where's the replay value? But I think if the more and more I explain it, the more the replay value is there. You might not always agree with the content of it or anything like that. I think some people get turned off by you know, by the masculine, you know, and that kind of like braggadocio stuff. But I feel like, you know, she's got mad feminine these days, man. You can't fucking say shit and fucking, you know, you get called out and canceled and shit, you know. You can't eat meat no more.
Real quick.
But, you know, let me stop.
No doubt. And then, you know, one thing you said that kind of stuck out to me is you're always dropping music. How do you stay creatively, like, into it, just to keep dropping music all the time, or even recording it?
I think the ease of it, you know. I think it's for me. It's simple. Like, I think that's. It's also a gift and a curse, you know. Like, it keeps me inspired, but it's also like uninspiring, also because it's just so easy for me because I'm pretty good at it, you know, and I feel like maybe I've said all I can say, but you know, there's always something that will inspire me, you know, to make more music and do something, new ideas. You know, if I'm talking to a new female and she might give me an idea that I never thought of, or tell me something that she's thinking that I never thought of, and I don't know, that's how I've made music for a long time, and not only based on like females, but like just experience in life. You know?
Damn, that's dope. Being an art major, man, do you make all your own album covers?
No.
Why not?
Capacity and like know-how, I think. Some of them I've had a lot of input on. Some of them I've done art myself, like say the Optimal shit I've done myself. Some of them I've had ideas on how I want things to portray, but I have to give a lot of credit to Calisthenics. He really helped me with art direction. He was really good at developing a vision that I can agree with and that I saw was exemplary of what I want to do. Of how I want myself portrayed. You know, especially because all the glass bottom boat stuff that we did, you know, we put everything on vinyl and everything was created by an artist, a specific artist that we had chosen to do it, you know, like everything was what's the word? You know, we paid the artist to do it. I can't think of the word.
The fact that right now they can't see this, but you did bless the station with some records, and I want to say thank you for keeping the DJs in mind. Thank you for keeping the DJs in mind and actually making an album record for the DJs to play, because that in itself is a lost craft.
Yeah, man, the DJs are the ones who keep it going, I think, you know. They're the ones who play our music. They're the ones who fucking will be spinning it between, you know, motherfuckers spinning on the mic. Thank you for like I said, thank you for having me. Obviously, I was like, this was a DJ. He's gonna trip out on the vinyl.
Yeah, I sure did, brother. I sure did.
Hell yeah. But yeah, no, the vinyl is so I'll talk about that real quick.
Go ahead. The
glass bottom boat shit that we did. We made 4 albums in a year. I think 2017. We put out the definitive, A Year in the Nebula, the spring. And so this it represents the glass bottom boat. It's this Heiner right here with her chichis out. And then you know, this is the spring album. I did the art for the back cover. I painted that picture. That's me and Calisthenics in Long Beach. We used to stay together back in 2004, I think it was, on Temple and PCH in Strong Beach. And then we put out the summer album. We put out fall, and then we put out winter. So it was all together. All 4 of those albums are like one cohesive, definitive drop, because we haven't made music together after that. It's been a minute since we've recorded anything new. Actually, we recorded an EP in Amsterdam. We went to Amsterdam a few years ago, and while we were there, we recorded an EP.
Nice.
It's available only on Bandcamp. Make sure you go check out bandcamp.com/DOGGMA. Check out some music right there. The Amsterdam project by Glass Bottom Boat. But yeah, but that whole project was really artistic, and as far as like visuals go, everything was like visually stunning and really vibrant as far as how we put it out, and how it meshes with the seasons of the year.
That's dope. Even with the Glass Bottom Boat project, you guys put put so much, I want to say, like, symbolism and effort into those albums based off of what you were saying as far as how you guys built it. You still incorporated all that thought process in.
Yeah, man, it took a lot of thought. It took a lot of effort. It took a lot of compromise. It took a lot of conversations. It took, it took a lot of time, for us, like I said, it's hard. We're grown men and we got kids, and we took time out of our week, every week, to meet up and record and write songs. And I've known calisthenics since we were in middle school together, like that's my day one homie. Like, yeah. I've known him so long. And although we're not like making music together right now, that's still the partner, that's still my dog.
Is it easier to make music on a solo project, or is it easier to make music with someone?
It's definitely easier as a solo artist, especially if I'm like recording myself and I already have the beats and stuff. It's way easier because there's no compromise there. It's just I'm compromising with me.
Yeah. Nice.
I'm not saying that that's better. I'd say it's probably not better, but I think collaboration is always good. I think as long as the the vibe is right, then it's good. Because I made a lot of collaboration albums. I got probably like 8 collab albums, including that includes the 4 Glass on a Boat. I got the Tightly Sealed album with MP, Breakbeats and Rhymes. I got an EP with EQ, Avenue de los Mexicanos. I think that came out this year too. Yeah, it did. It came out like in February. Word. Yeah, so I put that out early in February. Me and EQ. Oldman Goodman, my homeboy Ayo on back. He was living with me during the pandemic, and we fucking made an album. We did that shit. That dropped last year in 2021. And yeah, I think that's about it as far as the collaboration albums go. But I'm willing to do more. I think we're working on Oldman Goodman too. It's just gonna take a little bit more time because it's like I said, it's hard to meet up and like fucking sit there with your buddies and rap and shit.
Yeah.
We got kids and stuff. We gotta coach baseball, and I gotta clean my house and work out and all that shit.
That's what's up. We're gonna get into a little bit more of your new album, Pakal, but talk about that album.
Yeah, so Pakal, I made all the beats on it, and I wrote all the rhymes. Like, it's just me. There's no features. All the songs are just like one verse, little bangers.
Yeah.
Maybe like a little hook here and there. It was a creation that I made earlier this year. I think I made it during a quarantine. I think I had COVID like in February, I believe. And I was just sitting there sampling records and making beats and shit, and I was like, fuck it, man, I had all these rhymes and I'm gonna spit them on these beats. So it's only gonna be available on vinyl, or it's actually a lathe cut. I already have them shits made. All I have to do is every cover is gonna be hand painted by me.
Oh damn.
And I'm gonna put it out on Bandcamp. I was trying to put it out by the end of the year, but I feel like it might not be realistic because I have to still have to paint them shits.
Yeah.
But
how many do you gotta paint?
20. There's only 20 of them available.
Word. Okay. So
those songs haven't been heard. I think maybe one person has heard the songs, and it's gonna be exclusives. We're gonna drop some of them tonight.
Nice.
But yeah, nobody's really heard them. Like I said, I made all the beats. I was sampling like some vinyl. Another reason why I can't really put them out is because I was sampling like some Rolls Royce and some Diana Ross, and
yeah,
they're not big hits. They're kind of like B-sides, but
yeah.
And they're simple, man. They're simple, and they're I'm not like a fucking dope ass producer, but I can fucking make beats, man. I'm not. I think there's a cheat code to it. I figured it out.
Yeah.
So I did it. But I really like it as far as the tone of it, and like so the side A is all the songs, and then side B is all the instrumentals with like samples of stuff I sampled.
Nice.
As it pertains to like Pakal the Great, the king of Palenque in Chiapas, Mexico, and how he ruled and what his life was about. If you're interested, go check out fucking Ancient Aliens. Pakal is the guy on the stone sarcophagus under the temple they found out there in Palenque. They always say in Ancient Aliens that he was like an astronaut, like an ancient astronaut trying to blast off and shit in a spaceship. But I have an idea on how I'm gonna incorporate the art similar to the Olmec head, you know, with some technology. And, you know, I'm gonna make it my own and flip it, and make some paintings and make some art for somebody to hang up in their house.
When you were doing the album and you had these verses, does the verses or the tracks reflect the idea that you put out?
Not really. I think the tracks are all real like hard. I think I was in the mindset of like, I don't know, just like aggressive, you know, and real like fuck everything. I was just like kind of over all this like rap scene and this whole like this whole dance that we do. I was like, man, fuck it. I'm just gonna spit the shit I want to spit, you know, like the shit I want to hear, you know. I think that's the biggest thing is. I heard Rick Rubin talking about it on a podcast one time, like, make the music that you want to hear. And so that's what I did. I want to hear some, like, shit that'll get me up and motivate me to fucking, like, do some push-ups and fucking, you know, like, kick the day's ass. Get up in the morning and fucking, this day is mine. I'm going to fucking grab it by the hair and just take it, you know. That's how I felt when I made this project.
Nice.
And it's not really pertaining to, like, a call. That's like more of like the symbolism and the visual art I want to portray. But as far as like the music itself, it's bars. It's really like kind of like a testament to the new style that's happening with, you know, like not a lot of drums on the samples and stuff like that. But you know, I was just trying my hand at it, seeing if I could do it.
Word up.
It's really what it is. It's not gonna be for everybody. Some people might not like it, but it's mine. You know, I made it.
That's what's up. And since you made it, we're gonna get into it right here. VSOP, you're actually gonna perform this live for us.
Oh yeah.
Here it is right here. DOGGMA live performance. Raw Dog
Yo,
right
yo.
here. Ooh, Dog with what?
No doubt. Tone Dog. My levels are good.
You're good.
Yeah. All right.
Dogma Uno.
This beats a cactus with an eagle eats a serpent. I'm having visions, versions of vivid verses. Words spitting cursive, I bursted in cervix to birth this. MCs heard it and got nervous. I could barely see it looking out through these medusas. Slack kombucha out your mouth. We some shooters, we maneuver rugged. These fools is using loofahs. Can't get caught up in minutia. I'm eating tuna. I'm dropping numerous. Fools is dropping duplicates. Fools is uterus. Oozing lubricants. Fools spit students need some tutelage. And this the rubric. I'm Stanley Kubrick. VCR's going boom the shit. This music shit's not lucrative. It's only incremental. That's why you gotta switch your hustle, dog. This shit's essential. I'm sipping very special. Eating on expensive menus. And I didn't get that shit by spitting on the sentimental. Yeah. I'm fucking nice. Cause in this life, it's either men or mice. Dogma 1. Yeah, taking daily exclusive. This is the Way Radio. DJ showing up. Tone Dog Raw in the house. Yeah.
Ooh, dope. I like that sample.
Hell yeah, thank you.
What's that? What sample was that from? Can you say? Should you say?
I mean, I could. It was Byron. I think his name is Byron. Byron something. I have to look it up. It's on my phone.
Nice. Yeah, then go ahead and take a drink because you gotta. You just spit some bars right now.
No doubt.
So for you being an artist and now you're making production, you're making beats for yourself as well.
Uh-huh.
Is there something you prefer? Do you prefer making the beats more? Do you still prefer writing? What direction do you want to move in moving forward?
I want to move in all directions all at once. I think that I want to do everything that I can. You know, I really love making beats. I really like writing rhymes. I think that I don't want to be the face of it all. You know, like right now you see my face on this platform, but you know, I'm not out here doing it a lot. I'm not out here fucking being the star of the show and all that stuff. I kind of shy away from it, but I like making beats. You know, I like the creative process of it. You know, I go back to it again and again. I like creating art. I like to make dope shit. You know, I like to be a part of the process of making dope shit. You know, and it's inspiring for sure.
As an artist, how do you feel you've grown?
As an artist,
As an artist, yeah.
how do I feel that I've grown?
Musically, because you also do art, real art, painting pictures.
Well, you know, I think hip hop is real art. I mean, how have I grown? That's a really good question.
We ask those hard-hitting questions right here on DIGGINDAILY.com.
Yeah. I feel like I've come in more into my own. You know, I've really figured out who I want to be and how I want to be seen. You know, how I don't want to do no clown shit. I don't want to do no silly shit. I don't want to do something just for the views. I want my art to be enjoyed, and I want somebody to drive down the street and bump my shit. That's kind of like my whole thing. I don't want to be the guy like on the video, you know, like in the shiny suit dancing. Like I said earlier, like I don't want to do that stuff. I want to just make the art and live my life. You know, I have a regular 9-to-5 job that I really like and that I'm really proud of, and I have my kids, and my kids are growing up, and I have a family, and you know, but I still believe in making art. I still believe in trying to inspire people. I think that's the basis of what we can do, because our lives are like fucking specks of sand on this like grand terrain of the existence of the universe, right? Like we don't fucking matter. This shit don't really matter. What matters is how we interact with other people and how we can charge that web up, you know, that
luminescence.
Yeah, that luminescence. You know, I really truly believe in that. That's that dogma, you know, that's that my belief. I want to try to inspire as many people as I can, even fucking inspire myself if I'm not inspired, if I'm feeling down or whatever. You know, I want, even if it's like a competitor or somebody who feels like they're my competition or I'm like a rival to them, if what I do inspires you to be better, then I did what I'm supposed to do. I did what I need to do. If me putting out like tons of music all the time makes you fucking think I'm an asshole or whatever, then fuck it, then do something else, you know, or be better than me. But if you really like my music and I could touch you in that way, and you really listen to the lyrics, then I think I've succeeded in any of those aspects. I think that's what I'm trying to do. And as far as me, how I've grown, I think is really just me figuring that out. Figuring out what I want to do. Like, do I want to be the best rapper? Do I want to fucking tour around the world and make a lot of money? Not really. Like, that means I gotta leave my kids behind. I gotta, like, you know, I have to make that choice. There's really a fine line between like delusion and the reality of what we do as artists, especially in this underground scene right here in LA. Like a lot of it is about respect and about like styles and about like delivery and all those things, and about like how things are perceived, and you know what, I just want to be remembered as like a solid motherfucker who made dope shit, who made you fucking happy, or who made you fucking feel good, or who made you want to do something better.
Well, wouldn't you want to be remembered that way, right?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, none of the shit matters except what we leave behind.
Yeah. Let me ask you this: you said, you talked about earlier that you came to a point where you wanted to give it all up. What was the tipping point that pushed you to that?
Like to give up the music?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I wanted to give up the music. I'd say I wanted to like step back from it. Like I was like, fuck all this shit, right? Like I was like, I just kind of felt like a lot of shit was coming out, and I was like, I didn't want to be a part of I didn't want to be a part of something that I didn't like fully believe in. And I'm not saying anything about anybody else. I'm just saying like who I want to be. And it's not that I wanted to give it up. I think it was more about like a recalibration on how I want to put my shit out and how I want to approach it. Because I think right now, here's the answer to your question. Before, I was like solely focused on making music and solely focused on you know, being a dope ass bar spitter, making dope ass songs and these things. But now my life is more like it's broadened out. The scope has broadened out so much so that sometimes I wanna do as much dope shit as I can in my life,
Yeah.
Because one day it's gonna be over, and it's like, you know, when did I ever go to, you know, Belize, or when did I ever go to Guatemala and see Tikal, you know? Because those things I've done, and those are the things I've gone and seen. And well, like if I can go to the Rams game this weekend and just be like, yo, this shit is like fucking amazing. Human beings built this shit. It's like, it's dope as fuck, you know.
Yeah.
And just trying to do as much dope things as I can, like as many positive things as I can in my life. So, but without like, you know, putting my camera up and filming it, and for it being for, you know, you the viewer, that's for me.
Yeah.
You know, I've really like kind of, I guess, put it into perspective, my whole like musical career. Like, I don't want everything to be out there. I want some of that shit to be for me.
What is it? We live in a day and age where everything has to be a post.
Yeah.
And really, it doesn't have to be. It doesn't.
No, I mean, I do my best to like not, you know, not do that. I try not to look at my phone for hours a day. I try to get my screen time down, and, you know, I try to live in the moment. You know, I try to focus on right now, like right now.
For those that want to find out your projects, where can we find out your projects at, brother?
You can go to DOGGMAUNO.com. That's DOGGMAUNO.com. It'll take you straight to like a link tree, and it'll show you a link to my music, and like on Spotify and Apple Music and those things. It'll take you to the Bandcamp. It'll take you to the merch store. You can purchase some of these fucking sick ass vinyls. You know,
Yeah, they dope. Like I said, you know, they can't see it, but DOGGMA UNO hooked it up right here, and I want to play those vinyl, but at the same time too, because I want to preserve that record in time. I'm gonna be very careful, because I do appreciate a good record cover and a good sleeve, and especially good music that's inside of it.
No doubt, man, and I appreciate it. You know, yeah, no, I appreciate it. It's for you guys. It's for you, and it's for you. It's for y'all. We made it for that. We made it to be enjoyed.
Let me ask you one last question before we close out. 10 years from now, where do you see yourself?
It's a really good question. I see myself on in Tulum, drinking like a fucking strawberry daiquiri. No,
I mean, that's dope too. Shit,
I mean, what do I see myself in 20 in 10 years?
10 years,
I see myself happy, man. I see myself vibrant and alive and healthy and alive, and making music, still making music, teaching people how to make music, helping people who need help. You know, trying to inspire people who are formerly incarcerated, who want to get their lives back in order. Trying to volunteer my time and help people who don't necessarily need help but could use it.
Word up.
You know, because not everybody is fortunate as myself. You know, and because I'm formerly incarcerated as well. Like, I have just ambition, you know, I have like a drive to do it, you know, but I found a way out of like the fuck up lifestyle. I want to help other people to do that as well. I think that's where you'll see me in 10 years is really like dedicating my time to helping, as opposed to like trying to inspire you by fucking saying like words that rhyme together. Maybe that can help that. Who knows? I'm just going to try to do everything I can to try to help people.
You open and working with other artists?
Oh yeah, definitely.
What's the best way for cats to get a hold of you?
Through Instagram, you can follow me at DOGGMA1, the shit you see on the screen. DOGGMA, the number 1, the @ symbol on it. You can follow me on Twitter. It's DOGGMA UNO, DOGGMAUNO. And on Facebook, I think it's facebook.com/DOGGMA UNO. And you can follow me there. You can always email me, hit me up through the DMs.
I like to say this: he will respond. He will respond.
Yeah, man. I'm
promptly too.
Yeah, I'm always listening. I'm always watching. I'm always making sure that I'm on top of it. So hit me up if you're trying to work. I'm down, man. if you watch this whole interview, you might know me a little bit better by now. But hit me up. I'm down.
That's what's up.
I'm trying to work with other artists right now. I'm trying to work on another project of shit I produced, all beats I produced and other artists. Like I've reached out to a few that I want to spit verses, like similar to Pakal, but with other artists on my beats. Oh, real quick before we end, I want to plug Calisthenics is about to drop his project called LA Basin with Abrude.
Nice.
That shit's coming out at the end of the month, I hope, and it's sick.
Do you know where it'll be available at?
It'll be available on all streaming platforms. Follow Calisthenics. It's CAL_STHETICS Calisthenics. And be sure to go check out his album, his beat tape he just put out on Bandcamp. It's called Nuff Said. Make sure you check out Breakbeats and Rhymes Radio after this, of course.
No doubt.
And go Dodgers.
That's right. Before we close out, any shout outs?
Shout out to the Wino. You know what's up. Finish that album, dog.
Fucking the scum bum. I love that for the scum bum.
Yeah. Shout out to VHS. What's up, man? Hit me up. Calisthenics. What up? Ayo, I'm back. Let's work on this fucking album, dog, and Angular's Table. Who else? MP. What up? EQ. Hold your head up, man. Get well.
Hell yeah. Well, I want to thank you very much for coming through, Dogma.
I appreciate you, man.
I really hope you get the success you want and you get the success you deserve. Looking forward to the albums you're going to be dropping.
Hell yeah.
In the future, as well as Pakal that you're going to be dropping. Hopefully sometime this year once you paint all those albums.
Yeah. It's going to take some time.
Hopefully this year.
It's going to be either... I was trying to do it by December so I could sell them for Christmas, but nah, it'll probably be January, February.
Good things come to those that wait. That's what I like to say.
Yeah, man, might as well just be patient and do it.
Make sure you guys get everything Dogma at DOGGMAUNO.com. That's DOGGMAUNO.com. DOGGMAUNO.com. Support your independent artists. Support dope music. Support dope artists. Support DOGGMAUNO.com and support Dogma. Make sure you guys pick up the albums. Make sure you check out all of his work and support that shit. Last track we're going to get into right here. Hopefully I say it right. Byzantine. Talk about this real quick and close it out, brother.
It's me talking some shit on a beat. Byzantine. I'm talking about my style is the Anunnaki, but my gold chain is Byzantine. I don't know. It doesn't make sense until you hear it, I guess. But yeah, peace to Digging Daily, man. This is The Way Radio.
No doubt. This is The Way Radio, broadcasting live out of Northeast Los Angeles, Hotbox Studios. This is The Way. Tone Dog Raw, Dogma Uno, Byzantine.
Yeah.
Dogma Uno.
My flow is Anunnaki and my style is the infinity. My mic is Anasazi and my gold chain is Byzantine. I lay it so fickle, but I let my shit trickle loud little by little, then I let it all hit you. Still I go continue dropping shit up off the menu. Fools is acting all official, yo, but I ain't fucking with you. I'm all about that purity, alchemical distillery. Keep the art poet so don't fade into obscurity. Shit, it suits me perfectly, I'm even dreaming lyrically. My thoughts connect to Bluetooth and my heart is the auxiliary. Flow is Anunnaki and my style is the infinity. Money's Ashkenazi and my aura is just glistening. Rhymes are kamikaze and my whole fucking shit supreme. My mic is Anasazi and my gold chain is Byzantine. Yo, all y'all can kiss the ring, examine all my aptitude. My flow is admirable, but the shit I spit is absolute. I do this rap shit casual, the shit that comes out powerful. Give me my flowers now, and I bet I'll sell them back to you. Give me my flowers, and I bet I'll sell them back to you. Give me my flowers now, and I